Hello everyone, welcome to Society Sunlit Valley. This is episode 54 of our Let's Play series for Minecraft Java. And in this episode, well, we're going to be working some more with Botania. So I did a bit of off-camera work. It's not really much to see. I made some mayonnaise makers and I put them up in an auto thing, and I ran the eggs from our chicken farm or goose farm, or well, we just kind of have everything, don't we? But I ran a pipe over to the mayo jar thingy, but you can't really see it because I've covered it all up. So two things. So I made a automatic tree tapper for the Mystic Willows, and I made the mayo, and it's right on the other side of this. So hopefully it'll generate us some money. Our eggs were just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, so I figured, why not, right? But there is one thing that you can see that I will show you real quick. So we were getting quite a lot of different birds, so I decided to go ahead and increase the size of their pen. So I made it a bit bigger so that there's more room for them to, you know, do their thing. And I'm just going to pet them since I'm here anyway. And yes, I know I could put them into plushies, but then we'd lose out on the nest eggs. So I kind of figured it would probably be better if we didn't, you know. But I am going to be setting up something to harvest them. Harvest the eggs. Right now I just have a magnet on this. But later on, it looks like I didn't put the large eggs into the pipe thing. Later on, we'll probably have a dedicated I don't know what those things are called. The little thing that milks the animals and stuff. This right here. Auto grabber. So eventually I'll have an auto grabber that is picking up all the eggs and stuff for us. I mean, that one has eggs in it. I mean, I could transfer the eggs out. I haven't put any more sparkstone in this. Because I was thinking that maybe we should change up the location. That's why I haven't done it yet. Also, we have a lot of milk. I was thinking about setting up some kind of automation for that also, and to make cheese. So something I had been kicking around. So anyway, we have to add these. So you just click right here, put it in there, submit, and that's it. You gotta have the advanced pipe upgrade for it to work. But it should put all the eggs now without any problem. We'll keep the flamingos once we get them separate for a bit until we get the egg, and then we'll just add them in there. Guys. But yeah, things are coming right along. Our money's down some because, well, I did the Endoflames again. We had gotten up to 8 million, but yeah, we're back down again. So, that's okay. It's all good. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff in here. These are for me to keep, right? The others is for selling, so my main stock I'm not going to get rid of. Or not main, my, I guess that would be considered my main stock. So this would be like just, you know, the used stock. So this is for me to keep. All right. So let's go ahead and get on down to the Botania level and start working on stuff, right? Right. So our bottom Endoflames are done. It turned out we only got 32, so that's okay. That's perfectly fine. And our mana's coming along. I added a couple of more mana pools, so this is a bit bigger now. But it still will work just fine. And we're going to be working on some of the stuff. I did make Terrasteel. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of it, but we do have some Terrasteel. So we're gonna be making some stuff. We're gonna be making some armor, which requires this Manasteel. So the Manasteel requires us to do a bunch of other stuff. So we have to have gold armor. And we have to have it upgraded with botanical tribute, which the botanical tributes are a little annoying, but it's okay. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. We're gonna have to make a whole lot of them, so it's not like that. It's like this. We're gonna have to make a whole lot of them, so I mean, it's fine. So we're gonna need 4 of these. So this is what we're gonna be doing today. Is we're gonna be making a few things, and we're gonna be crafting some floating Endoflames. And then in the next episode, we're going to be enchanting it. So, all right. All the way at the top. Grab these out for now. Vespertine. These are all the wines that we've made. There's a lot of wines in this pack. I don't get up here very often anymore because we're always so busy. But I do try to load the wines up. I'm trying to make sure that we've got all the wines that we can possibly make. So I did get these Garrow berries harvested from downstairs. So we'll see what those craft up. And let's see what else. Right, we need to make the gold armor, don't we? So that's going to require us to have we're going to have the leather armor and stuff. So I forgot the recipes. Let me look. Leather armor. I mean, we could just craft the cloth armor, I suppose. I think we have enough. Oh, we're missing some stuff. We can get some more string in there. And we need some more wool rolls. I forget about all the, like, how to make stuff. I mean, it's not like we use it very often. Well, there now. We got the full suit. Okay. So let's do some upgradings, shall we? So first we're going to upgrade it to iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to upgrade it to gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to need some iron and some gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's a good peppers? Yes, you are. Okay, so we're going to do this first. What am I missing? This goes to what? Chain? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Okie dokies. I'm on. I gotcha. Gotta do chain first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what was the other thing that goes with it? Brass coins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okie dokies. So, you. And you. And you. We got chain. 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 And then iron. And then gold. And then Manasteel, and I forgot the Manasteel, didn't I? I surely did. I'll be back. Okay guys, I am back and we are going to do this upgrade. So it's this and this and what's that? There is our Manasteel, which is exactly what we needed. Okie dokies. So, what is the difference between Manasteel and iron or gold armor? Well, not really much. Not in this pack, okay? Because gear doesn't deteriorate, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you were playing a different pack, Manasteel doesn't take durability damage very much because it repairs itself with mana. So we're going to cover that. We're going to make mana. And we're going to have a steady supply on us at all given times. Because everything in Botania uses mana. The armor, the weapons, the tools, all of it uses mana. Even the bow. Yes, there's a bow. Okay, so we have that done. And that is what we needed for the armor base for the Terrasteel. So let's see what we need here. So for the armor, we're going to need a bunch of tributes. Spring. So it's going to need one of each of the seasonal runes, which I made up a bunch ahead of time, so we don't have to worry about that. We do need to make this botanical tribute. It's 4 per piece, and there's 4 pieces. So I've got the mats right here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there's our 16. Tributes. There. Perfect. All right. So we're going to need one of each of the runes of the seasons. And we're going to need a lot of Terrasteel. It's 3 per piece. So there's our Terrasteel. So 12. Okay, okay. So let's make this. So for the tunic, well, now where did my Terrasteel run off to? I'm not seeing it now. Oh, there it is. All right, so the helmet. We got Manasteel, tributes, rune of spring. Okay. So there's our helmet. The tunic uses the rune of summer. The pants uses the rune of autumn. And the boots uses winter. So there's our full suit of armor. Yee! It's actually pretty good too. It's an upgrade. It is a direct upgrade to what we're wearing. So praise be to this mod pack. They actually configured the armor to be good. So that's really great. Most packs don't take into consideration the effort that has to go into making it, and it's usually abysmal stats. So that's really cool. Massive respect to the mod pack makers. I don't know if it was made by more than one person. So all right, so we got the armor part done. But, you know, we're not really going to use it yet because, well, it needs to be enchanted, right? So, that's going to require a whole bunch of mana. So, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to the enchanting part in the next episode. For today, we're going to make tools and stuff, and then we're going to get these Endoflames put up. We should probably do the Endoflames first because it's going to take a bit for the mana to fill up, so we should probably do that. So the first thing you want to do to make floating Endoflames is you're going to get 32 of these mystical white flowers, or however many flowers you're using. And you're going to get some glowstone, and you're going to make them into glimmering. You can use any flower. It doesn't have to be the white flower. Then you take the flour, the dirt, and 32 pasture seeds. And it makes floating white flowers. So that. And then you're going to take your Endoflames. And then you're going to combine your floating white flower with the Endoflames, and it makes floating Endoflames. All right, so we have floating Endoflames now. So this is how you're going to do that. You're going to come over here, and you're going to select the top of this, the tops of the flowers, like that. And just click it on top of it. Now we want to configure these as we go, okay? Because it's a PETA if you don't. So we're going to connect them to the top spreaders. And everybody should be connected now. And now we're going to do the next row. There's that one. And that one. So click, 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 click. So everybody should be configured. And do the next row. Okay. Oh. Hold up. We are in bind mode. We messed up. Gotta have to redo that one. Oh, I clicked on the wrong flower. That flower goes to there. That flower goes to there. No, we're not clicking right here. Just give me a second. You cannot walk through the floating Endoflames. Just letting you know. It's okay, we'll come from the back since it's being ornery. It's a lot of particles and stuff to have to deal with, so yeah. You can always turn the particles off or down if you are having a problem. I already turned my particles down to decreased, so I might have to turn them down further. We'll see. Okay. Just checking the spreaders, making sure everybody's full. Oh, we didn't mean to do that. Give me this back. There, all those guys should be configured. There. one more row. Oh. I'm just checking. So you can get on top of the Endoflames if you're having a trouble targeting like I am right now. So you can get on top and then you can see. It should highlight when you mouse over with the wand. It should tell you what spreader it's hooked to. So those are all okay. So we're going to do this next row. See, that guy's hooked to the bottom one. The reason why we do this is because the mana spreaders can only hold so much mana and it'll get wasted. So, back into not stacking realm, I see. Thank you. Okie dokies. So everybody is all configured up and we should have a lot more mana, I think. I find it very interesting that this guy's not doing anything. These guys are not actually... Oh, it's because it's filling up the floaters. That's fine. That sounds weird. It's flowing up... It's filling up the floaters. Okie dokies. So I did fix this piping and it runs back to the main storage drawer instead of going to the one over there. That one. So the overflow at the end now goes over to this instead of going into that one. So it seems like it's working a lot better now doing that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, now that we have this wonderful armor, is we're going to make some rings. So we're going to start out with a band of mana and a band of aura. So this is the band of mana, and this is the band of aura, which requires a mana rune. Okay? So you're going to need some of this, and you're going to need whatever you have the most of, you know. Like we can duck some of these in here. We have a lot of these hearts of earth. So, but anyway, you just duck that in there real quick, and then you're going to make another mana tablet like that. So this requires your Manasteel, and then each ring that we make is going to require a Terrasteel. So the band of mana is made with the mana tablet, because the band of mana actually holds mana, and then the band of aura creates mana, right? So this is a band of aura. We need a mana rune. So that's band of mana, this band of aura. Okay, so now that we have these, we need to upgrade them to Terrasteel. So Terrasteel and Terrasteel. So this will hold a lot more, and this actually creates mana. So we're going to go ahead and fill this guy up. make sure this thing is on fill. Now it'll take a little while to fill up the ring because it can hold an awful lot. But as you're walking around wearing both rings, one of the rings will constantly create mana to fill up the ring, but it won't fill it up really fast. It's like a slow regen, right? So if you're not constantly using your tools and your weapons or getting smacked around in your armor, then you'll be fine. Now keep in mind that this armor also has durability, unlike the armor we're wearing right now, and it uses mana to keep it repaired. Okay? So it's really important that you keep your mana up. All the neat doodads and stuff that we're going to be making are all mana users. Oh, I can't stop yawning. Jeez. I did not sleep well last night. I just kept waking up over and over again. It was terrible. And I didn't even dream either. I didn't even dream. So I don't know what was up with that. But yeah, this is really pouring the mana in now with all these Endoflames and everything. We're probably going to have to take the timer completely off now. We are now running at full tilt. The mana device is no longer needed, the hourglass. So we'll just stick it in here and yeah. Filling up the mana. Okay, well, we're not completely full, but it's good enough. So we're going to have to get rid of this bastion ring that we were wearing because we have to have the slot. So, all right. So we got that done. And we got our Endoflames put up. So now what? Well, we're going to make a weapon. So the weapon is called the Terra Blade. And it uses a living twig and 2 Terrasteel. So we're actually going to need quite a few twigs. So we're just going to make some up real quick. Lots of twiggies. And then the Terrasteel. So you just put the piece of wood right there. And then the Terrasteel. And that's the weapon. And this is like really cool. Isn't that neat? That beam hurts anything it passes through, so you can actually use it as a long distance weapon and as a close range weapon. So that's really nice, right? So that is our new weapon. It does do a little bit less damage to the Galaxy Sword, but it does range damage, which makes it better. So we'll be retiring the Galaxy Sword for now. So we can also make a bow that does pretty decent damage. So there's 2 different bows. There's the crystal bow and the living wood bow. The crystal bow uses dragonstone to craft. Dragonstone is an elven trade, so you trade a mana diamond. I don't know if we're gonna do the bow or not. I'll think about it. Maybe I will. You can also make some low end stuff. You can make this mana weave, but I'm not quite sure why you'd want to do that. So the pick is really nice. We're gonna need to make another mana tablet, which requires a mana diamond and some more living stone. Just like that. So the pick is really nice because it can mine. I think it's 3x3. I don't think it's 4x4. I think it actually determines upon how much you've leveled it up. Yes, you heard me. You have to level it up. And we just ran out of coal, didn't we? I do believe we did. No, we did not. What's going on? It says I have 2K coal. Hello? I have charcoal in the system. Ruh-roh. Okay, let's do a test. Something wrong. Uh-huh. And we're spewing mana now. Why did this stop working? Oh, because it's got yeah, okay. We don't need this anymore. That's why it stopped working. Okay. Pick all this up. I got confused for a second. I was like, what on earth? And oh, right. Good job, oh brilliant one. You forgot that you put redstone on it. Super smart there. It's all fixed now, though, so it's okay. That was funny, though. I can't wait to tell my husband about that. He's gonna be like, really? I'll be like, I don't know what to say, dude. I don't not know what to say. I'm just a goofy person, I guess. But there. It's all fixed. And it's gonna just sit there and spew for us, so yeah. Yeah, that was creepy weird. It just kind of stopped. I was like, what? Okay, so back to this. So this thing has to be leveled up. Okay, you'll notice in JEI it shows D, C, B. You see how it says underneath the stats, it says rank? Okay. It goes all the way up to SS, which is super supreme. I know. But the higher you get it, the better, right? So for that, you just have to duck it in there and let it suck up mana. Pretty much. It won't decay in the mana pool. So just leave it in there and let it do its thing. And it will eventually level up. Okay, so there's a couple of really cool things that we can make that are super handy to have. So this is the Rod of the Lands. It requires Earth Rune, Living Twig, and Dirt. Okay? So, Earth Rune. And we're going to need a piece of dirt. So, you got your Earth Rune, your Twig, and your piece of dirt. And it makes you a Rod of the Lands. So, this thing is really cool. This thing will create dirt, but it uses mana. And it's real dirt. It's not fake dirt. It's real dirt. So, that's pretty neat. And definitely a tool that you want to have. So the next one we're going to make is the water rod. If I can find it. Where is it? Here it is. Rod of the Seas. So it requires a water bottle and a rune of water and a living twig. So this thing basically makes buckets no longer important unless you're carrying around lava or something. But we're going to get into that in a few. So let's make some more of these twigs real quick. Okay, so I need a I could make one, but I mean, I guess it's fine. I could just make one. I don't want to have to go all the way back up and load all that stuff all over again. So we'll just make one. I need a bottle of water. Oh, I don't need to do that. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I have an infinite source right here. I told you, I'm tired, dude. I just did not sleep well. And I don't drink coffee or anything like that. So I'm just like, ugh, I'm lagging is what it is. I'm lagging. Okay. So this is the Rod of the Seas. And dig this back out. So the Rod of the Seas creates water using mana infinitely. So you no longer have to have water buckets on you. So that's really, 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 really cool. No more water buckets. Just not needed anymore. All right. So that's cool. Okay, so the next one that we can create. So we've got the Rod of the Depths, and I was wanting to make the Rod of Molten Core. I think the Rod of Molten Core is, or was it the Rod of the Hells? I don't remember. I don't remember. So let's see here. We want mystical items, and it tells you all about the rods, right? So the Rod of the Depths creates cobblestone. So this is fire and water and a piece of cobblestone. Fire, water, and a piece of cobblestone. And it requires 2 . And that's our Rod of the Depths. So the Rod of the Depths creates cobblestone. Really great for big build projects, so you don't have to have cobblestone on you anymore. Yay! Isn't that awesome? Okay, so the next one we can make, we've got Rod of the Hells. This rod says Rod of the Hells contains very essence of fire. When used on the ground for a moderate mana cost, it'll summon a circle of fire that will burn anything within. The fire has a radius of about 5 blocks and takes a small amount of time to spin up to full ferocity. Do note that once ignited, the fire burns anything living in it. Its own caster included. This rod can be given to a living wood avatar. An avatar holding will continually use its own mana to maintain a ring of flame around itself. Okay, so the living wood avatar, you can actually have it use the wands, the different wands, and it'll allow you to automate some processes. So anyway, back to what we were looking at. So I'm not gonna make that one. Rod of Bifrost, do we need that? Yeah, that creates a bridge of Bifrost. Highlands. So this can place dirt in midair. It can make dirt just like the original rod, right? You're upgrading it, right? So you have the rod of the lands, you have pixie dust, and then you have a rune of air. So basically, what it allows you to do is place blocks in the air, which is actually pretty handy. So it is pretty handy. So there's really no reason why you shouldn't upgrade this, but I don't know how it's going to work with the quirk settings for being able to place blocks, so I'm going to skip it. Rod of Molten Core. Rod of Molten Core has the ability to focus heat drawn from the world's core. If you focus it on a block in the world that can be smelted, it will smelt it. So it can smelt for you. You can smelt just by clicking on stuff. So sand will turn to glass, cobblestone will turn to smooth stone, that kind of thing. I mean, it could be useful, right? It could be useful. Rod of the Lands, we've already done. Rod of Plentiful Mantle. These emit a brief glow through walls, allowing them to see easily. Ores. So it'll make ores glow through the walls so you can see where they are. I don't know if you could specify. Identical ores will glow identical colors, so colors will not be the same over separate uses. This rod can be given to a living avatar. Blah, blah, blah. So, that's interesting. Not really anything we need, though. So we already made the Rod of the Seas. The Rod of Shaded Mesa is a powerful artifact. Legend has it that the first of these devices was found lying atop a dusky geographical feature next to a single crowbar. To use this device, aim at a mob or an item and hold right click to pick it up. Releasing right click will drop the held entity, while punching with it will toss the entity in a powerful burst. This power does not come free, of course. Its use requires a constant drain of mana from the user's inventory. So it will drain it instead of just using it a little bit. So that's crazy. Alright, Rod of the Shifting Crust. So this can swap blocks at very high speeds. To set up the rod, sneak right click a block to select it. After a block is selected, punch any other block in the world with the rod. It will use mana, and it will swap it for the selected block. So that's kind of cool. Very hard blocks may consume more mana to be replaced. I don't know if you can replace bedrock. I've never tried it, so feel free to try it. I doubt it would work, though. I mean, you never know. It might. Why you would want to mine bedrock, I don't know. But you could probably, if you did something like that, you could probably set up a wither containment if you're going to go smack the wither. So that's definitely a possibility. I'm pretty sure the wither is in this. So the Rod of the Skies is pretty cool. The Rod of the Skies uses mana to launch you up in the air. When you use it, by right-clicking, you'll just go shooting up. The rod, after usage, will briefly enter a mode where it negates all fall damage, keeping its user safe. This rod can be given to a living avatar. If you're gliding with the elytra, this will work like a firework. So The Rod of the Skies is really nice to have. For sure. It also makes smacking the end dragon a lot easier. So it requires a feather, a stick, and air. So let's go. I don't have any feathers down here. Those are all upstairs. So let's. I'll go get one. I'll be back. Okay. So we need a rune of air. And it requires one stick, one feather, and one rune. This is actually a very fun... This is actually a very fun thing to use. So we have to actually go all the way outside if you guys want to see the height on this. So let's do that. For demonstrational purposes. I have any sand on me? I got some. It's from what I was digging out earlier. I was digging stuffers, trying to get that room expanded for the chickens. Okay, so let's use this rod. It's really cool, right? Woo! It goes pretty far. And notice you don't take any fall damage when you're using it. It doesn't really allow you to, you know, go around fast or anything. It just allows you to get up on top of stuff, which is pretty awesome. It's like, say I wanted on top of this tree. Pretty neato. And get on top of the greenhouse glass. See? Yeah, that is a really, really, really cool wand. Okay, so what else we got? Oh, it looks like that's about it. So the Bifrost is actually pretty nice. It allows you to create a temporary pathway. It's really good if you go out like mining in the real world instead of going into Skull Cavern. Because you can use the Bifrost to cross chasms and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty handy to have. It looks like the lava one. I'm not seeing it. So this one. No, that's not it. I don't know. I thought there was a lava one. I might be mistaken. I thought there was a lava one. But, okay. So, we got some other stuff. The Virtuous Pickaxe. Placing glass wrongly and needing to break it can be a heart-shattering experience. Luckily, a Virtuous Pickaxe mining glass blocks will yield them as items. It's the cheap silk touch for glass. So, that's really cool. And what else we got here? Rod of terra firma. While digging away at dirt with a shovel is definitely a functional means of landscaping, flattening huge tracts of land can be somewhat arduous. The rod of the terra firma, by contrast, terraforms in a quicker and environmentally friendly way. This rod will, at a non-trivial cost from the user's inventory, flatten surrounding land to your own altitude. For this to happen, charge it by holding right click, and slowly but surely the nearby terrain will be flattened to your level, either by placing dirt or by removing blocks. Blocks removed by the rod are non-recoverable. The terrain will adapt to the changes as best as it can up to the distance limit to avoid weirdly shaped hills and so on. The flattening thus will follow the terrain's natural shape. Note that the rod will completely cease to function below sea level. Okay. And I think... I mean, we have some odd things out. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. I do highly suggest you read through stuff. Like, the slime in the ball is kind of neat. It lets you detect slime chunks. That's cool. Spellbinding cloth is cool. It lets you remove enchantment. It dispels all enchantments and curses. So you can get rid of things that have curses on them. So that's really neat. Allows you to get armor pieces and stuff if you needed them. Stone of Temperance can tear through huge tracts of land like lightning when charged to its maximum potential. However, this might not always be the user's intention. A small 3x3 region might be more fitting in certain cases. Thus, an active Stone of Temperance in the inventory will prevent a Terra Shatterer from breaking any wider areas. Other items may have effects that are slightly too powerful in certain situations as well. An active Stone of Temperance also turns off the Terra Truncator, reducing the area affected by the Rod of Shifting Crust, and prevents certain speed boosts, such as the one by the Ring of Chordata. The stone can be toggled on and off by right-clicking it, either in your inventory or your hand. So, yeah, it's kind of like a switch. It allows you to control things that the items do. So that's kind of nice. But anyway, so the Terra Truncator is the axe, and it can fell a tree in one fell swoop, like the entire tree. So we already have something like that already in the mod pack, so we don't really need this. I mean, you can make it if you want to, but we really don't need it. So there's a lot of little equipables that you can get. So that's under the trinkets and accessories. So we already covered the Band of Aurora and the Band of Mana. But there's an awful lot of stuff in here that is very handy. For instance, you can make the Sojourner's Sash, which is pretty nice. So it requires a rune of earth, a rune of air, 4 leather, and Manasteel. So we need a rune of earth, a rune of air. We're gonna need a Manasteel. Oh, I have a mommy. So I think we're almost done with the trinkets and stuff, because like there's some really good ones, but they're from Gaia. I'll be back. Okay, so let's make this belt up. So this, and this, and that. So the Sojourner Sash is actually a very, 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 very nice thing. We are going to have to lose one of these, though. Actually, I might take the tool belt off, and we never use it. We never use it. So this is how fast you go without And then this is how fast you go with it. Yeah. And it increases your jump height too. So that's really cool. And so we'll just put this up. We never use it anyway. We couldn't get the hotkey to work for it. So. All right. I think that's going to be just about it for this video. We did a lot, and I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. We got some wands made, which are really cool and beneficial. So we can stop carrying cobblestone around with us all the time. And we'll be able to make dirt whenever we need to, and we'll have water. So that's really, really cool. And, you know, we also got the Rotted Skies made, which is awesome. We made a full suit of armor, which is really great. And we made a new sword, which is really great too. So, in the next episode, we are going to be making some enchantment books. And we are going to be setting up the Botania enchantment area over here. And, yeah, it's going to be really great. I'm going to show you guys how to do the Botania enchanting. And then once we're all done with that and get everything all enchanted up and all that, then I think what we're going to do is get into some trouble. I was thinking about trying to find a ancient city. Right? We have some mountains around us. So I was thinking we could try to locate one and maybe try to smack the warden. I don't know. I was thinking about it. We could go see what kind of stuff is in there. And there might be new slimes that we haven't seen or something. But I thought that could be a lot of fun. And I think I probably would like to go ahead and smack the Wither if it's summonable. See what that's all about. And we're going to be working on this quest right here. We're going to be building the mystical arena so that we can summon Gaia. But we got to get everything enchanted up and everything before we can do that. And Gaia is really cool. She drops some really nice stuff that will upgrade our armor. And she drops some pretty nice trinkets too. So, this is one of the trinkets. It says the Flugel Tiara is one of the few forms of creative flight in Sunlit Valley. It consumes mana from rings or tablets in your inventory, and a dash can be performed by double tapping the directional keys. Might need some extra pocket change to afford making this. It's probably really, really expensive, right? I thought Gaia dropped it. Why the heck would you need to do that? So it requires Gaia spirits, and elementum ingots, feathers, and a prismatic coin. We have one of those. We found one in Skull Cavern. So that's cool. Alright, well, apparently Gaia doesn't drop it anymore? I don't know, that's weird. And then the last quest is, Sparkstone is not an easy resource to acquire. Mana can be used to harness the remnants from Sparkstone consuming machines. Sparkstone recyclers can be attached to any side of the machine. The recycling chance stacks additively for each of them attached. Mana spreaders must be used to give them mana. Huh. I don't know. I thought Sparkstone was pretty easy once we got the spark pods, but okay. Sure. So we have a little bit of room out here still that we're apparently not going to be using for Botania. And I'm gonna put automation down here, I think. I mean, why waste the space, right? So I'm gonna build some more automation down here. I was thinking I want to try to set up a create tree tap with deployers and see if we can do it. I just want to do it just to see if I can. And I would like to move the plushies down here and set up a milk cheese farm for money. And I don't know. We'll see what other products we can make with the stuff the animals are giving us, because I really want to make some money from it, right? Right. We really don't have a whole lot of animals, so, you know. But, you know, some money is better than no money, so. But our Endoflames are done now, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't have any more really giant money sinks that I know of. So we're just going to start building our money up now at this point. So adding more farms and things like that in. I know that you can set up automation for making cooking recipes, but, you know, I'm not really that kind of person. I'm not really into the whole, like, food thing. I don't know. So, you know, I would much rather just like do like preserves and things like that. I don't know. I'm just not really interested in food. So I'm like that in real life too. I'm not a foodie. I don't like eating it is basically what it boils to. I don't like eating. I don't know. I never have. It's like something that I have to do, but it's like get it over with type thing. There are some foods that I like, but it's not a like, oh my gosh, I have to have that type thing. I mean, I like the same things everyone else likes. I like pizza and chocolate ice cream and things like that. So, but I don't know. It's not my universe, I guess. This is already ranked C, so. I want to get it up to at least a B. So we're just going to leave it in there. And I'm going to have to AFK this for a while. And see about getting as much as I can in here, because we're going to need it for the enchanting. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be just about it for this episode. We did a whole lot of stuff, and pretty happy with how it all came out. None of it is really noteworthy for like a thumbnail, so I might just well, gosh, I don't know. I'll come up with something. I'll try to get something that looks good. But anyway, I will catch you guys in the next episode. You guys take care, all right? Toodles!